per day. So if I'm not mistaken, this is where we stopped last week, which means you are capable of finding these straight lines and then know when to shade upwards or downwards. And sometimes for all the vertical lines, you know to shade left or right. Okay. Any questions you want me to repeat before we continue? I would say nothing new really. Okay. You probably know what you got to know. It's just a matter of practice. No. I'm okay if you want me to repeat any of the questions here, including this as well. Sure. Okay. Also, like I said over here, if possible, prepare some graph papers for today's lesson. If don't have, okay, I'll tell you what you can try. And maybe when you're free, you drop by one of the DBC branches and then just take some graph papers home. Okay. If you don't want to spend your own money to buy graph paper, just know that you can do that. Yeah. Okay. But I think there is a question with graph papers. Let's see. Okay, it's right here, page number 11. Those without graph papers, we can still try, but make sure you follow all my instructions, okay? But we start with this question on page number 11, question number 9. Okay, what you see here is the full version where they can give you 10 marks. Okay, the questions are gonna be pretty long today. You read first lah. I'll explain along the way, but you read first. Okay, nothing new, like I said, but now you just have to write the inequalities like you see last week yourself. Okay, like whatever larger, whatever lesser, blah, blah, blah. Today, you try to write those out yourself. Okay. I also get to read the question now. So, is there anything too hard you want me to first translate and tell you what they mean first? If not, okay, I'll just follow, just follow whatever I read, and then I just demonstrate what I would do. Okay, nothing to memorize. The question changes depending on the question setter lah. Okay, so you see they say X units of souvenir A. So this is something if you haven't got used to this yet, you try to do this ASAP. Okay, X units of souvenir A. Small kids they have something more straightforward like 10 units, 5 units, 100 units. Here, no. Okay, berapa I tak tahu, but don't just say that out. Okay, at least got unknown. So which is shown over here. They do it for you next time. You're expected to do this yourself. Okay, so X units of souvenir A. How many units are X units? Not like 10, not like 5, but X. Okay, and Y units of souvenir B. Profits, which is untung. Okay, earned from the sales of each A is A and B, 4 and 5 ringgit respectively. Okay, you understand the sentence or not? Okay, so basically, one souvenir A can give you 4 ringgit, can earn 4 ringgit. One souvenir B can earn 5 ringgit. So if you sell 10 units of souvenir A, so 10 times 4 lah, contoh. If 5 units of souvenir A, 5 times 4 lor. Okay, if X units of souvenir A, X times 4, 4X. Okay, not saying I don't know again, right? Okay, if 1B is 5 ringgit, can earn 5 ringgit, then 10B, same concept, 10 times B. If 2B, 2 times the 5 ringgit. Okay, now how many souvenir B? Y units. So later, Y times 5. Okay. Right, then next. Oh, okay. This is where you finally need to do something. They say number of souvenir A sold is at least the same as souvenir B. So at least, well, it's already English. So at least paling kurang actually the Malay is also there. So maybe if you need Chinese, 最少at least So okay, number of souvenir A. They say how many souvenir A? X. Okay, so I start putting X out. At least the same as B. So I know B got Y units. Okay, the thing about at least not equals anymore, not super straightforward anymore. But here you need to know larger or smaller than, bigger or smaller than. Okay, so do you know whether it's bigger or smaller? I try to explain, but I mean, I may not be able to do it too well. So you can ask, and then I will change. I'll try another way to explain it to you. Okay. So at least means the smallest amount, the minimum. Okay. So you say at least the same as B. Cannot be less anymore. Because that's a least, right? It's a bit. So this is why I don't teach English, right? Okay, so at least more. So cannot be any more smaller, any more lesser. So you gotta go bigger or equals. Cannot go lower anymore. Is that okay? A is at least the same. Paling kurang sama. You can be more, but never less. Ayo. Anybody know okay? Or maybe all of you okay, just that I'm worried. Right. So this is what I can write according to what I saw, right? And then if I mean some of you you're so confident, you still remember all the rules, and then you can keep it this way. But those who are a bit more careless lah. Okay. Of course, if you just read without remembering all the rules, then they read x larger or equals to y. Eh, I think a bit dangerous, because the two rules would be make sure y is positive and read from y. Because if you read this way, you read larger, then later you think shade upwards. No, read correctly. You gotta start from the y. So it's y smaller or equals to x. Okay, so if you think you're one of those students that are more careless now, maybe you would want to swap the place before you make careless mistake. Okay, so know that you can do this. Okay, once again, we make sure the y is positive. Make sure you read from the y is smaller or equals to x. Then later, actually, you shade downwards for that line. All right, next. Okay. Total number of souvenirs A and B sold is at, oh my god, again. At most 15 units. Okay, so the thing of this chapter is that not so straightforward anymore. They don't tell you, oh, straight away is a 15, or straight away is a 2. No, they say at most 15. Also, total means plus, right? So souvenirs A, how many souvenirs A? X. How many units of B? Y. So together, X plus Y. Total is plus now, right? X plus Y. Okay. At most 15 units. Not equal, unless they say is 15 units, then equals to 15. Okay, but here at most, wow. Actually, who doesn't know what to write? Of course, I still try to explain, but I'm just worried. Some cannot get it because it's already English. Mandarin speakers are maybe when I from English I translate into Mandarin, then they could understand better lah. What about you guys? At most, can I say at most? Maximum. Some they have a lot of synonyms. That's why try not to just memorize, but instead understand. At most, so like maximum is 15. That means you cannot go more than 15. So it should be less than or equals to 50. You understand why I got equal sign? Just now the one they say at least the same, so can be equals to x. This one at most 15. That means 15 boleh, can be 15, but not more. Okay. Any disagreements? You can disagree, like teacher, I don't agree. I don't. Yeah, maybe you think I'm not making sense. Also, all those of you got like who always use some fancy bombastic English words in your essay. Maybe you think, hey, teacher, I think you explain this better. Wait, feel free to tell me. Okay. But I'm just worried because I cannot see whether you guys are really okay or not. That's why I'm like this, right? Okay, anything else? Oh, the last one. The club intends to earn a minimum. Oh my god, again. Do the thinking. You try to do the thinking yourself first. Of course, I also try to explain that. Okay. Intends to earn a minimum profit of 40 ringgit. But this is a profit that they're talking about. Okay, so don't you forget. Oh, 1A is 4 ringgit, 1B is 5 ringgit. So like you got berapa, then just multiply, right? Get minimum. So yeah, maybe I give you 5 seconds to think of what to write first. But for the calculation part, 1A is 4 ringgit. How many A? X, not 10, not 15, but they said X. And so therefore you just X times 4 ringgit. That's 10, 10 times 4. X times 4. 4X. Okay, so total profit plus K. A B will give you 5 ringgit, ma. So how many B here? Y units of B. So Y times 5, 5Y. Okay, then about the 40 ringgit. Now try to figure this part out. Minimum. You try first, then I explain and see whether you are thinking of the same thing or not. Minimum. 最少 paling kurang or sekurangnya. Of course, Song Ling knows. Song Ling, if I say I don't know, how would you explain? like when your friends ask you, why you say it's the answer, not the other way around? Okay, anyone doesn't know? So the minimum is basically like at least 最少. Minimum is 40 leh. Already said minimum. Can you go lower than 40? No, it cannot be lower. Then must be greater lor. I don't know. I mean, I don't know as in, I'm not sure if I put it this way, all of you can understand. Some may not be able to understand, and it's normal. You just have to let me know. I try to try to come up with another way to teach you. But if all okay, then good. Next time they may use some other words. Sometimes they are more straightforward. They tell you straight away, greater than, less than. Sometimes they do that. Okay. What about the equal sign? If they say minimum of 40 ringgit, then you ask yourself, is 40 ringgit okay? When you see minimum 40 ringgit, can just like your score. Okay. Minimum 40 to pass. So 40 can pass or not? Can. So minimum 40 ringgit, that means 40 is okay, but not lower. So or the full version will require you to think of all these inequalities on your own. So imagine if, oh my god, the symbol you terbalik. It's supposed to be this way, you go the other way. Oh my god, I think you can imagine what happens. Okay. So, oh, you're done reading. Also, this attitude is something you try to practice as well. I just read the question and I see something I can do, I do it already. And that's what they actually want for A. So I accidentally did A. So I'm just going to keep it, right? They just ask you to write 3 inequalities. Oh, then this one. Sorry, our first question, a full version that we are trying. So yeah, I think I should be more annoying and nag you on a lot of your potential careless mistakes. Okay, look at these two inequalities that they give you by default. Okay, x is larger or equal to 0. What's x again? X is the units of A. Now the thing about all these like souvenirs or all this kind of K-back questions, sometimes it may be students or anything that you should understand cannot have negative. Can you have negative amount of souvenirs? Nope. That's why I say that A lab minimum is 0, right? The worst can happen is you got no souvenir A. But can you have negative? Cannot, right? Like human number of people, right? You gotta understand certain quantities cannot have 0, cannot have negative one, right? Some can, some cannot. Okay, huh? Then this one also, right? This time they tell you, if next time when you do a K-pop questions like this, you realize something is like missing, right? Then you cannot shade. How did you so actually went to shade? Something like missing. It's probably these two. Here they tell you. Maybe sometimes some other questions they don't tell you, and hopefully you remember this. These two should be your common sense. You gotta check, but they don't tell you. Okay. So there are 5 inequalities here in total. 2 default ones, and then the 3 that we got by reading the question. Okay. Next, B. Okay, on the graph, they want you to draw and shade, which is what we did last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, right? So the first one being y, sorry, my screen is again. Y smaller or equals to x, you got to know where is it, what, right? There's no working to this. So those who still don't know or haven't memorized, you try to memorize again. Where is it? I'm not sure why it doesn't allow me to align more precisely, but it's okay lah. So my answer later might, I think should be okay lah. Okay, now guys, this is y equals to x. Why? Because look at any points on the line. See the x is 5. The y, sorry, the y is also 5. Anywhere is the same. So here's 10. The y here also 10. That's why the entire line is called y equals x. No working needed. You just have to memorize that if you haven't. Okay. Remember to check as well. Is it dotted line or solid line? So we did check. This one should have equal sign. So solid line. I did check that. If you know you're gonna do dotted line, again, don't panic. Just eraser and erase. So you create a dotted line. In fact, okay, the red one. The red one. So the smaller, bigger just tells you shade upwards or downwards later. You still need to know where the line is, correct? Hey, I think I asked you before just now. You all say like no question or so maybe I at least do a quick reminder. You need 2 pairs of coordinates. At least 2. You can find more, but you gotta have at least 2, right? So with these 2 answers, 2 pairs of coordinates, and then you can finally connect them using a ruler and draw your line. Understand? Then my personal preference is I like the 2 intercepts. If later any of my answers don't work, I don't panic. You don't panic as well. Just go and find another one. Know that you decide any number for either of them and go find the answer for another one. Okay? My personal favorite would be like this. Since today is day 2, I think I've shown you before. Hey, the elites, okay, I told you they don't write one. They just use calculator. So here's what they do in the head. If they are like me, you want to use other numbers also can you can just request later. If I've decided to put 0 for x, right? So just imagine 0 put into x. Then can you actually see y is 15? This is why I like to use intercepts. Why I like to find intercepts, because they are normally pretty easy to find. Okay. So the next one. So if I decide 0 for the y, then again imagine, oh, this is 0. See, can actually see x is equals to 15 right away. So 0, 15, 15, 0. This is how you draw a line on. Okay. I'm not sure because this is my iPad. 第一法 from here to here, it's too wide of a gap for your ruler. Then maybe you just find some answers in the middle, like just create Another one, like maybe you put 5 inside, understand how? There you go, fine, right? But for me, I can do it like this. What about you guys? Can follow or not? This is x plus y equals to 50. Can? Feel free to ask me to find more answers. You can, wow, basically there are so many other answers you wouldn't want to waste time. Just know that 2 points is enough. Okay, done. Okay, solid line. Gotta check. Sometimes you got your marks deducted because, oh my god, it's supposed to be dotted line sometimes. Okay, the purple one. If you're not able to follow, slow me down. Okay. All right. See, I'm gonna try these 2 answers first. If anything is wrong, I just try another answer. Okay. Let's see if you can follow. If I do it this way, oh, so x is 0. Oh, I told you all this part actually got no marks. All your marks come from what they ask you, okay, and they ask you to draw on the graph, so you answer everything on the graph. All your marks will be here. These are actually workings. Wait, not to say workings, but just some drafts. Okay. So if x is 0, I'm just gonna imagine, oh, the 0 put inside. 4 times 0 is 0. So you're left with 5 more equals to 40. And so 5 will move over to the other side. You do divide out. 40 divided by 5. Hey, understand why some people they don't write anything? They just use calculator. Okay, another one. Y is 0. Okay, so same. Imagine y is 0 right away. 5 times 0 is 0. Then 4x equals to 40. 4 move over. 40 divided by 4, 10. But you feel free to use some other answers that you like. Maybe your favorite number, your lucky number is 7. You try. Yeah. 0, 8, 10, 0. 0, 8, 10, 0. Make sure your label, especially you only use one color. Unlike me here. Right. Any questions? Then from what you have been practicing last week, look at their inequalities. Okay, remember the 2 rules again. Make sure y is positive. Read from the y, then you should be fine. Y smaller or equals to x. So this gotta go downwards. The weight one. X plus y is smaller or equals to 15. Smaller. When you read it right, smaller. Okay. The purple one, 4x. Actually, I did make sure, right? The y is positive. Just read from here. Y for 4x plus 5y larger or equals to 40. Larger shape upwards. Okay, so normally, usually you see 3 inequalities should be triangle. But is the answer obvious enough yet? Probably not. Right? Agree? Actually, got triangle, man. Got lah. But these 2 triangles, obviously, they are not answered. So next time, if ever you feel this way again, don't forget. Maybe there are 2 defaults that you forgot. Right? Say this. There is x larger or equals to 0. Where is x equals to 0? I don't see any new names, so you remember? X equals 0 is right here, y-axis. Nama dia y-axis, but equation x equals to 0 because it cuts x-axis at the value of 0. Okay. Also, the common sense part. No y, so we read from x lah. Right? X larger or equals to 0. So for this line, okay, since it's perfectly vertical, there's only left, right. Larger goes right. Okay. So let me shape. Another one. y larger or equals to 0, which is this. Well, same concept, right? So y larger, upwards. Do you all see the answer that satisfies every single which is 5 inequalities over here? All 5 inequalities. Of course, you wouldn't be able to tell me, oh, teacher, answer is here. You wouldn't be able, but at least think and check. And then when I shade, let's see if you agree or not. But anybody doesn't know, like no idea, huh? Then teacher went to shade or not sure, they don't know, anybody like that. Which is pretty normal because now you are doing a full budget. 10 marks, guys, 10 marks. Oh my God. No joke. Can see it. Okay, come. It's right here. Sorry, it took me a while to shade, but I can see how everybody agree. Okay, to help you ask your, maybe you have some questions now. Okay, maybe so to help you to ask those questions better, I do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody thought I missed something? Like, teacher, why don't you shade the 3? Why don't you shade the 4? You know? All right. And see, I'm imagining the potential questions you all might have just because I don't see you guys do it. I cannot see, right? Physical class I can see. So to really make sure there anything else. Okay, there are five inequalities here, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 4th and 5th, right? So in case some of you wondering, okay, isn't it supposed to be pentagon? So the blue one, the red one, the purple one, also this is pretty obvious. Then the last line that some of you may have questions for but don't know how to ask, I try lah, huh? I try to explain. Okay, so for this line, right, we just have to know the final answer gonna be on its right hand side. Okay, nobody said, I never said before, your final answer, the shaded area, must touch all the lines. But your job is to make sure you follow all the directions required lah. Okay, so look at this answer that I've shaded, and this maybe for some of you here a bit weird line, right? So I just have to know for this line, the answer gonna be on its right hand side, and indeed it is on its right hand side. It's just not touching. It doesn't have to touch, but make sure it is on where. Okay, because some other lines will restrict the final the full answer. Yeah. Unlike this, I nag a lot because this is your first question. So, well, make sure you, yeah, also 100% sure. See, from the graph, determine minimum and maximum souvenir A sold if 6 units of B are sold. Okay, let's read the question again. Sample A, sample B. Okay, X is A. I mean, I label so I don't make careless mistakes, okay? So they said X units of A, Y units of B. Now the question said, if 6B are sold. So you go look at the B, where is the 6? Okay, just above the 5, right? Right here. Now you go find answer. Why they ask for minimum, maximum? Come, let me show you. Using the answer. We should now know the answer is within the shaded area, correct? And the first answer that you touch is so-called minimum because the lebih kecil one, the paling kecil actually, right? And then you realize, hey, for this, for this number, it could go even further. So you go, 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 go. Then do you all know to stop here for the maximum? Takkan you extend further, right? Because you can see, that's not where your answer is. The shaded region is the answer. That's why you gotta learn how to shade to know where the answers are. And the rest, you don't look at them. Okay, so the furthest answer, so to find your maximum, which is the largest value. Okay, then of course, teacher, what about these? Are these answers as well? Actually, yes. When B is 6, the A could be 7, but this is not what they're asking for. That's why we don't stop there. Okay, they're asking for minimum, maximum. So we just answer question C. Minimum 6, maximum 9. Or what they ask. Okay? Questions? All right. D. D. Let's see. Okay, I'm out of color, so maybe I will just use this disgusting color. It's given that the club sells 5 units of A. 5 units of A. Calculate possible profit. So this is not just asking like how many A, how many B anymore, but about the profit. Remember, if you read the question, if you remember the question, oh, 1A can earn 4 ringgit, 1B can earn 5 ringgit, they ask more than that. Okay, so if they sell 5 units of A, so now we go look at A. Oh, 5 units of A, so which is right here, correct? Same. Go find the answers. Oh, why they say possible profit? Because as you can see, the area is so big. There could be more than one answer. Okay, if there are 3, we find all the 3 answers. If 2, then find 2. Okay, so I zoom in. Okay, so you go find your answer. Oh, sorry, dotted line, dot. Oh yeah, so now you touch your answer here, and this should be the minimum. Not minimum anymore. Okay, just see how many, then we find all. So this would be 4. Okay, that means when 5 units of A are sold, then you can pair with 4 units of B because it is within the area. Okay, within the requirement. So you realize, hey, if I go up further, there is another possible answer, which is the 5. Okay, so there are 2 possible answers, and also go find both. Find all. If got 3, find all 3. Okay, so D, right? If I do it in the exam, all right, maybe when 5 units of A, comma, 4 units of B. So the calculation goes like this, or then the profit would be 5A, then each A will earn 4 ringgit. So 5 times 4. Plus 4 units of B, and each B will earn 5 ringgit. So 40 ringgit. I realize that's another answer. So we write when 5 units of A, 5 units of B. So the profit would be 5 times 4 plus 5 times 5, which is a 5 ringgit extra. Oh, such a long question. But 10 marks. You decide for yourself whether it's worth it or not. Well, especially Form 4. Your syllabus is not done yet. Not like the Form 5. So expect questions like this for your upcoming exam, upcoming paper. SPM confirm got, but depending on your luck, they might just ask you to shape something, or they give you a full version like this where you gotta do everything from scratch. Okay, again, I know this is quite a long question. I'll give you 1 minute to finish copying, or 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 1 minute plus until 47. If you need more time, just let me know. But just try to make sure you copy everything nicely, neatly. Know that it was entirely blank. And after then, and don't worry, in the exam, are you going to spend this much time? How much did we spend? How long did we spend? Oh my god, around 40 minutes, I guess, 30. Because I have to explain. And I nag a lot, I know. Probably super annoying. But for all good. One more minute, just in case. Okay, any of you here actually got some graph papers? Because if I'm not wrong, only this question they gave us the grids. So maybe our second question I might need help, so y'all can find very precise answer, like what we did just now. We can find nicely. Okay, when the A is 5, how many B can we have? No, you got no graph papers. Try to you other if you other leh, you try to do it on a graph paper for the next question. But I don't have because I'm using iPad. The rest, if you don't have as well, you can still follow. Remember, you already learned how to sketch. Even chapter 1 also you sketch, at least sketch lor. Okay. You don't think like, oh, teacher, I don't have graph paper, so I don't have to do Don't be like that. Okay. So well, this kind of questions considered level 2, not today probably. So yeah, we go back to the actual question one. Okay, I'll be skipping this page because they just want you to write in linear inequalities. They did. It's not like what we did just now. So if you can do what we did just now, all this actually they won't ask like this. They won't just ask you to write. Definitely you need to do full version. So we'll start with questions over here right away. Of course, we use question 1 to start. Nah, it's Songling lah actually. Now Songling, if you don't mind lah, then help do on the graph paper. If you are lazy also, the rest, at least they give you a blank space over here. Sketch with me. Make sure you know where these numbers, where these answers should appear. Okay, know when to shade up, down, dotted line, solid line. Can? Right. I feel like my eyes will not be able to follow this very small words. So I'll erase the Malay version. And I'll erase question 2 first, okay? So I got space to show you answer as well. You all start reading the question. Okay. So tuition teacher teaches 2 subjects, math and math. Ask students for math. Wow, so far the questions have been quite kind to you all. They do this for you. How many math students? They don't tell you exactly, but at least they remind you. Hey, use X. Okay. And why students for math? Number of students that can register is limited to 80. Oh, so there is something you can do here. So can you, the question is, can you do it? What do I mean? Only two subjects, math, right? Now they say, MF don't know, math, I don't know exactly how many, but we just know that number of students that can register is limited to 80. Now they use an English word like this. Then do you understand what they are trying to tell you? Limited to 80. So that would be maximum 80. Cannot go beyond 80. Maybe the class cannot fit. So can you all understand the same thing? Anybody cannot? Because my job is to try to teach you. Okay? So since two subjects, that means the first thing that we can do over here is x plus y, again, limited to 80. So my thinking should be cannot go beyond 80. So gotta be smaller. Oh, now the thing about equal sign. Should we put equal sign? The answer is yes. Because limited to 80, meaning it's okay to be 80, but not 81. Unless they just say less than 80. When they say less than 80, I think cannot, that means cannot have 80. Because 80 is not less than 80. They want less than 80. Okay. Oh my god. The next part. Math exceed at math at most 20. Okay. So this word again. Do you guys know what to do? Exceed basically means more than at math. Math is more than at math. Right? So yeah, you understand. If I ask you to translate to Malay or some other languages, you probably can as well. But what about math? Like calculation. How do you translate? So those who are having trouble translating English into mathematical equation, I try to explain my logic to you. Not at most 20, also maximum 20 lah. But the thing is exceed. What do you do with that word? Okay, look at this example contoh Okay, okay, let's not use weight for human beings. Okay, you. So you can relate better. Okay, if let's say you are 50 kg, okay, and then Najib 80 kg. So how many kg does Najib exceed yours? Or how many kg is Najib more than you? How would you do this kind of calculation? I'm sure you can answer 30, right? But think about what happened. You are 50 kg. You see Najib 80 kg. How many kg more? What do you do? 80 minus 50. And then you equals to 30. Then you know, oh, actually Najib exceeds your weight by 30. Okay? So the logic behind this sentence should be like this. How they know? How they know math exceeded at math at most 20? Okay, we talk about it at most later, but understand that, how you know one exceed another? Because you minus math, math, they say what? It's y. Okay, y minus x. Okay, so again, this chapter is not so straightforward. They are not telling you, exceed by 20. Nope, not so straightforward, but they say at most 20. 最多 at most maximum 20. How? So again, at most 20. So that means cannot go over 20. Okay, if I think of more than 20, then you're wrong. Cannot go more than 20. They say most is 20. So smaller, got equal sign or not? Got, because they say at most is 20. 20, okay. Unless you see they say less than 20, cannot exceed 20, right? So two inequalities are up. Oh, then that's the end of the question, right? So with only two inequalities, that means two lines. How can you actually form a shape? A shape starts with triangle, kan? Triangle lah, quadrilateral, pentagon lah. So this question, we see that they actually remind us of the two default linear inequalities. Okay, because again, this is about students, right, which should not have negative. They reminded you next time if you feel like something is missing, it's probably this two. Okay, because understand that with two lines you cannot shape any shape, right? So something is missing, probably these two guys. Okay. Oh, same. I just did A, where they want you to write two linear inequalities written. So we go B, drawing shaped. Okay. Actually, you should be able to continue on your own already, but those who still need to see me do it. Also, if I actually do this on my own, I want you to understand also, especially those who are using graph paper. Okay, do you know that for this question, your x and y axis, you can start right at the sides like this, instead of, oh, teacher, maybe got negative lah. Some questions may require you to do this, but this one, can you all learn to check whether you can put the axis on the side straight away or not? Because we understand this question will never have negative. So I can safely start like this instead of putting the axis in the middle. Agree, huh? Again, I know I'm so annoying. I'm trying to nag on all your potential careless mistakes. So if something you are drawing on, if you're helping us to draw on your graph paper, uh, then your next time also gotta do the same. You know how to angkat the scale. They did not give you a scale, so you gotta angkat for yourself. Lor. So probably you will use like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 5, 10, 20, depending on the question. Okay. So now for the two inequalities, we first need to know where they are. Well, and then I learned from my mistake last week. One question I drew too small. Okay, so to avoid that, I go find all the answers first. I look at the values so I can agak better. Okay? Anyway, I already explained what I wanted to explain, so back to this one. X and Y. You can safely start at the sides. Okay, now for the blue one. I gotta first know where is x plus y equals to 80. I'll try out my favorite combinations first. If I realize one of the answers don't work, I just chill and try some other numbers. Okay, so 0, 0. Now 0 put inside. I can see that y equals to 80 straight away. Okay, 0 put inside. I can see that x equals to 80 straight away. So like this. If you cannot follow what you need to do, let me know, right? Y minus x is smaller or equals to 20. Okay. Okay, I'll try my favorite combination. If x is 0, put inside y minus 0, it equals to 20. No problem. But now when I try y is 0, this one maybe I need to show so you can see better. Oh no. Oh, you don't think this is a faulty answer? It is, because we already know we shouldn't see negative. Are you going to panic? So I didn't do this on purpose. I am using my favorite combination. I realized, oh shit, it doesn't work. How? Just erase it off. Create another column. And looking at the numbers, maybe I put uh 30 lah. I try lah. Okay. So y minus x equals to 20. Y minus 30 equals to 20. So y equals to 20 plus 30. Y equals to 50. See? Of course, you try to avoid, I see like 20, 80, 20 lah. You try to avoid strange numbers like, teacher, I want to use my favorite number, my lucky number 13. Can, but how you think of whether it's easy to plot it out or not. 13 oh. I don't know. When we are free to choose the numbers, we try to choose easy numbers. If you choose 11, maybe your answer you find like 29. Oh my god, you can plot 29. Some skills can, some skills cannot. But use the more common ones. 5, 10, 2. Okay. Try to avoid strange numbers. Okay, now that I can see the numbers, so like the biggest is 80. Okay. So those who are using graph paper, I think y-axis, the vertical one should have more space. So you can go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way until 50 here. Should have enough. Maybe this side is shorter, may not be able to reach 80. So of course you can do 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay. Then those without graph paper, at least sketch with me with these numbers. Sketch agak-agak. So 0, 80, 0, 80, agak-agak put over here. 80, 0, I put over here. X plus y equals to 8. The red one. 0, 20. 30, 50. 30, 50. I just agak-agak only. They go over here. Y minus x equals to 30. Wait. What is? Oh, my bad. Zero, 20. 30, 50. Oh shit, my bad. Put them back. Sorry, I'm too used to all the intercepts. 30, 50, I should plot here and draw the line like this. What the heck? What was I doing over here? Y minus x equals to 20. Okay. Looks like it. Okay. And that's all. Those are the two inequalities, and we still have two more defaults: x larger or equals 0, y larger or equals 0. So this one is less. The blue one, they say less as well. Okay. The two defaults. Right. The answer should be here, just over here. Okay. This is B. Now for question C. State minimum and maximum if number of mathematics students is 40. Who was math? Okay, this was at math. This was math. Okay, now if math students is 40, say math, I'm only doing agak-agak. Okay, I got 40 is right here. So what you do is dot, 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 dot until you hit that line. Since they are looking for maximum, minimum, that's why you go find answer. Oh, Song Ming found answer for us. So 20, 40. When you have a graph paper and you do all this, yes, you'll be able to find as well. Okay, so minimum 20, maximum 40. Now, if today you are without graph paper, that's not an excuse for you to not do anything at all. Okay, at least try to do it like this or screenshot. So when you got your graph paper, you can try to do the same. Okay. Oh my God, today it took so long for 2 questions, but just know that these 2 questions are worth 10 marks each. So yeah. The rest of the question you can try, but if anything a bit too confusing, then you don't simply do. Rather, ask me next week. How many pages again? For this 28 pages, I cannot finish everything with you. So if you want to be more efficient, if you want the class to be more effective, you try out the rest of the questions on your own first. Okay, those who are that you think tougher, ask me in the class. We do it in the class. Okay. Sorry, today a bit late than usual, but you may go now if you have no more questions. Bye bye. You're welcome, Song Ming. Bye bye.